Alrighty, let's get right to it because there's a lot to unbox. There is a lot that has gone on in the last 24 hours, and I'm going to try to cram it all into one video. So, most of you know, Katy Joy deactivated her Twitter yesterday afternoon. Yes, she did. She deactivated it for a while. It wasn't there at all. Then it was back. Then it was gone. Then she posted on Instagram all the reasons why she took her Twitter down, but said she'd be back. Then the whole Keemstar thing happened. I don't know if you guys know, but during her live, Keemstar came on her live and told her that he supported her because he didn't want YouTube creators getting sued for having an opinion, because apparently he didn't know what went on. And he had forgotten that Katy had gone after him a few times. So apparently his fans on Twitter reminded him of the things Katy had said about him, and then they replayed some videos for him. So then he makes a video saying, Katy Joy, I have to withdraw my support. You are a stalker. That's what he said, not me. And just so we're all clear, this video is just my opinions. These are not facts. So anyway, he makes a whole video saying that he found out all the terrible things she did and that in his opinion, she was stalking Tati. He found an old video of hers, really old. I mean, it must have been one of the first ones she made, where she's talking about getting birth certificates on on James' family members, his dad, his sisters, marriage certificates. Then she implies, in my opinion, that his dad was in the mafia. Y'all, this is why she's getting sued. I've had so many comments asking us if we're big fans of Tati. No, most of us aren't. I can't speak for all of my followers. I am not a fan of Tati's. I really don't know anything about her. All I know is what Katy has done to people over the years that, in my opinion, have been so bad, especially when she goes after minors. And that's why we post about this. It's not because we're fans of Tati. So y'all that keep saying that need to just stop. I don't know if Tati's a good person or not. Not going to get into it because I'm not going to go watch all her videos. I'm not in the makeup world. That's not what my videos are about. Just so we're clear. So, anyway, just to make things even more interesting, Tati's attorney starts tweeting on Twitter about the case. Does it get any better? It just doesn't. So, I mean, this is just cracking me up because I think, and I want to source, I'm Rakin on Twitter. I can't say her whole name because YouTube probably get mad at me. But I'll put a link to her documents in the description. She was the one that broke this story. She knew about it before Katy Joy knew about it. So I'll put the link to the documents there. But people keep saying you can't be sued for putting up public documents. But that's not what Katy did. She didn't just put up public documents. And I sincerely feel that Katy didn't understand. She will now because she's involved in her own lawsuit. She didn't understand that when you put up a public document about a lawsuit, that's just one side's story. None of that has been proven. So those are all allegations. We don't know if they're true or not. Nobody will know till the case is, determined by a judge or a jury, just like her case. And just for the record, Katy has denied all of this. So this attorney starts posting. One of his first posts, I'm Rakin on Twitter. I'm not sure if she tagged him or not, but she said she talked about Tati and James Westbrook have hired the same lawyer that took down Arnold Schwarzenegger and took down Epson printers for $900 million. So then Michael Saltz, the attorney, says, wow, that was quick. I guess news about our cases travels fast. So then there's some more chatter, and he posts this. While working in the district attorney's office after law school, a wise detective once told me you can judge a person's level of guilt by the amount of evidence they attempt to delete once charges are filed. I believe this applies even more so in the context of civil suits. Well, then, somebody under the Twitter name Veronica I Bite Starlight starts tweeting to him. That was probably a huge mistake. Let me get to the tweets here. So then, some of you may know that read the documents that they allege that Katy had troll accounts going after Tati. And then, Katy said on Twitter, I don't have troll accounts, never have. That's not true. So somebody on Twitter pulled up an old video of Katy's talking about all of her friends' troll accounts that help her. Oh, Katy, the internet's forever. So he retweets this video, the attorney, and says, we did our homework. Apparently some out there have done theirs too. Most people are advised to keep quiet after being sued. I present to you Exhibit A as to why such is sound advice. So see, now he's watching, and so now he has this video where Katy goes on and on about how much she adores her troll accounts that work with her, allegedly. So then, going back to the public documents, somebody had tweeted to him that he couldn't sue Katy for public documents. So this was his reply. I will say this generally to those that need to hear it. If you are claiming that a public record is your source for a statement, you should probably first make sure that the record actually says what you claim it does. Otherwise, you're the only source of that factual statement. Now, see how that works? This is why I keep telling people it's not just about the document. That's not why they're going after her. So then this Twitter account, Veronica I Bite Starlight, tweets again and says, tisk tisk, James Charles was sent to do the dirty work for Tati. Imagine that. Katy has all the DMs to prove what she's saying is true in legal counsel to keep the makeup monsters away. To which Michael Saltz, the attorney, replies, I think we found DOE number 1. Yes, this case is going to court. And by the looks of your account, if you are not already a party to the lawsuit I drafted, which is not a laughing matter, you will very well soon be once we determine who you are. So see, you don't want to play around on Twitter. Don't play with attorneys because they don't play. They're serious. They're very serious. So now this person may have, in my opinion, involved herself in a lawsuit. So that account goes on to make several more tweets to Michael Saltz. I personally don't think they understood that that's Tati's attorney. This is why you should always know who you're talking to on Twitter. You need to do a little research and know who you're tagging and atting. So here's his last tweet that I found today. Funny, it says @Zag Creations, which is a big defender of Katy on Twitter. Several people have questioned whether that was a sock puppet account of Katy's, allegedly. So he makes this tweet and tags @Zag Creations. Ms. Paulson, if these accounts are yours, we have been instructed to communicate with your lawyer, not you. So if you are who we think you are, listen to your attorney and don't contact us. Nevertheless, I am sending a subpoena to Twitter just to be sure. Now see, this is what happens. Y'all can't be playing around like this. No, it's not good. So I really, the funny thing is, then other people are commenting on the tweet thread saying maybe you need to get a hold of Unirock. He knows a lot about Katy Joy. Wow, I just, people need to be careful because this could drag a lot of people in and nobody wants that. I don't know. These people, I don't think they're understanding that they're talking to real attorneys and they're Tati's attorneys. People need to wake up. Wake up. It just gets crazy. And now Katy has reopened her Twitter and has a pinned tweet about the case again. Oh my gosh. Katy, stop it. You know, I'm not a fan of Katy's. We all know that. But I truly hate to see her digging herself in a deeper hole. And I feel like that's what she's doing. And I feel like, is her husband not watching what she's doing? Because it's definitely going to affect him too. Wow. I just don't think... I thought a couple of her videos, maybe she finally got how serious this is. But then when she puts her Twitter back up and pins a tweet about the case again, I'm thinking, what are you thinking, Katy Joy? What are you thinking? Stop tweeting about it. You know, she puts this big thing on Instagram that she's not going to tweet about it anymore and then pins a tweet. She is so working in their attorney's favor. She just handing stuff to them. It's just crazy. Oh, and I wanted to point out too, which is kind of sad, Def Noodles was posting about the whole Katy Joy saga a lot yesterday. And we all know Katy Joy has tried and tried, in my opinion, to get Def Noodles' attention and to get him to be her friend. Well, Katy, you got his attention now because he was posting about your deactivated Twitter. He was posting about things you should have left in your draft folder. Yeah, you got his attention now. It seemed like, here's just my opinion, it seemed like yesterday all the big creators started going after her, where in the beginning she got a little bit of support because I think they were thinking, well, what if this happened to me? They didn't understand the depth of what she had said about James and Tati. So I think when all their fans started pointing out to him and showing him videos of what she actually did and that it wasn't just to do with the documents, I think they were all like, holy cow, yeah, I got to withdraw my support. So I think that probably did Katy in when they all started posting about her, because it seemed to me like it was all at once. It was like an avalanche. So I think that's why she deactivated her Twitter. I think she couldn't take the stress of it. And I think she knew if she deactivated it, it would settle down a little bit, which it has a little bit. But this thing with Tati's attorney on Twitter, y'all need to be watching because this guy's smart. He's taking no prisoners. Anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful day. Mine was pretty good, and I just had to get on here and show you these tweets. You guys have a great night.